Welcome to Karate 360, your look at the world of karate from local to global and back again. I'm your co-host, Richard Mosdell.
And I'm the other host, Kalen Anglos. Karate 360, let's start the show. You will kick high and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that we love, karate. San Roku Maru. That worked out pretty
Trying
good.
to enunciate every syllable.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now.
No one stop me, man.
I saw the new Freddie Mercury movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
So that was a shout out to Freddie.
To Freddie.
Shout out to Freddie. Have you seen it?
I have not, but I've been thinking about going.
It was, dare I say, excellent.
Wow.
It was very good.
Bold words.
Very, very good. I mean, I'm not the movie critic that you are. You have a lot more experience in that field. However,
No, you enjoyed it. You enjoyed
I
it.
enjoyed it. And the guy who
Absolutely.
played Freddie Mercury, I thought, knocked it out of the park.
Sure looks amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good. Really good.
That's awesome. Total backstory, everything.
It had everything that you would hope a Freddie Mercury Queen movie would have.
Sweet.
Yeah, right from their origins all the way up to going big.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and one of the things I really liked about it was, and I'm sure they did their back, and this is the way he probably was, but he was always striving for the next big thing, always looking bigger.
Yes.
Not to there's not really a spoiler in the movie, but they had gone and seen a producer, and it was when they were first coming out with Bohemian Rhapsody, and the producer was saying, "This is a 6-minute song. There's no way, no radio is going to play a 6-minute song." And then he said, "Well, that's our song." He said, "We're going to have to cut it down or else I can't promote this song." And he said, "Well, then I guess we'll have to find somebody else." And the guy goes, "Yeah, well, you see that record on the wall, Pink Floyd, The Wall? That's I produced that."
Yes.
And Freddie Mercury goes, "Yeah, but Pink Floyd didn't have a Freddie Mercury."
That's awesome.
And of course, it worked out pretty well for them.
Uh-huh.
So
That's
just
awesome.
always striving for the next thing. It was great. I thought you should see it.
I will see it. Yeah, I've been thinking about seeing it. I used to see 2 or 3 movies a week.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
This was my first movie experience in the reclining chairs. It's a game changer.
Yes.
Changes the whole thing.
I like the reclining chairs, but not in the summertime.
Okay, get sweaty.
People wear their sandals and they don't clean their feet.
That's a good call.
And I was like, ooh, yeah, no reclining chairs in the summer.
just kind of ruins it.
yeah,
a
it
little
ruins
bit.
it. Winter, okay.
Yeah.
I noticed that Deadpool 2 is coming out again, but this time as a PG version with no swearing or killing people. So that
really?
the little kids can watch it, right?
Okay.
Because the kids have been asking to watch Deadpool.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So they added a few new scenes.
I guess that's kind of that's smart, but
Yes.
I also know a lot of little kids that
I've
still
already
watched
seen
it
it.
and
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have. But I haven't seen 2. I watched the first 20 minutes of 2, and it was
Okay.
good. It was good,
Yes.
but
And somewhere in there we're supposed to talk about karate, but this is so much fun.
I know, right? We're just bantering away.
Just
the stuff.
bantering
Just
away.
whatever comes
over
our way.
controls.
Well, we got a lot of karate stuff happening. I mean, the season is underway basically, and we got things happening this weekend. We got the provincial championships.
Yeah, and for Team Kenzan and the club, this is our last tournament of the season.
Yeah.
Yep. So provincial championships, big one. Everyone's been aiming for it. It's been really fun having them with their training plans and their preparing for, their what gear, what days, what food, which one they're going to go to. Let them decide a lot of the stuff. And as you saw tonight, big crew.
It was great. Tonight's class was awesome. Shout out to Warren too for coming out from
Warren,
PG
absolutely.
to come train with us and just got up in the energy.
Warren said he was out working in the bush and his cell phone,
as he does,
and his cell phone couldn't reach the internet and he didn't have any songs or something like that, and he had only had 15 Karate 360 podcasts.
So he just listened to us.
He's like, well, had enough of you guys.
Warren, you're welcome.
You're welcome. We saved your butt way out there in the forest.
Probably just tired of our voices after that.
Exactly.
That's pretty funny.
So provincials this weekend, rec athletes on Saturday and elite athletes on Sunday, and I think it's just over 400 people.
Nice.
Yes. So should be a nice, good showing. We've got 10 people competing at all different levels and spots. Yeah.
Fortunately, I won't be able to make it though.
Yeah,
you're gonna watch book yourself.
You're watching a charity boxing match, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be Fight for the Cause
That's
on
awesome.
Saturday, which is going to be really good.
I've thought about entering that.
Yeah. You would probably do quite well. You probably did just fine based off of the competition I've seen.
I know a guy who did it 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
And all the training. I just thought it would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should tell me you have no, I don't have any combat sport training at
Nothing.
all. I just run my own, I don't know,
That's right.
laundromat or
I've got
something.
a CrossFit gym or something.
Yeah. Then go in there and then just like, whoa, grab this guy's fast.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. Like
It's going to
like-
be cool.
Like everyone dresses up.
Yeah,
and-
it's like formal event. Like I got my tux out.
That's
and,
awesome.
Like it's going
you
to
have
be.
a tux.
I have a tux. I have
Wow.
a English tux.
Wow.
Yes.
You know which side your dressing is?
Which am I? What? What? My dressing?
Yes.
this is a crude joke. That wait. Let me guess. This is like an old joke.
This
isn't
is
it?
an actual thing that back in the day when you would get a suit custom cut for you,
Okay.
they would ask you which side you like to put your pork and beans.
Okay.
'Cause that's how high they would cut up the seam.
I got you.
We live in the athlete age where they just leave you a lot of room down
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
There was a time when nope,
They're getting right up there. You got to pick a side.
Got to pick your packaging. So they would say, which side would you like your dress in?
I guess I'd go left, but I don't know. I don't have to worry about it, so it's all good.
You don't have to worry about it.
No.
Please don't tell me more details.
We'll edit this part out.
Okay,
Yes.
so you bring out your tux and you're going to watch people wearing the red and blue gloves and gear.
Charity boxing event, 14 fights. 14 fights.
That's
It's gonna
a
be
lot.
crazy. We got ringside seats, and
Sweet.
it's gonna be a good event. Obviously, there's gonna be charity events, raffle tickets, silent auctions, all that great stuff, and looking forward to it. It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
Hollyburn Country Club in Vancouver does something similar.
Oh yeah.
And I've actually chatted with them a couple times about putting on a charity karate match.
Yeah,
like that.
that's where I was going with this, is that we could put something together. Like we've talked, off air a little bit about an exclusive event, something like that.
Yes.
And I think offering that for karate would be pretty awesome.
It'd be really good. Actually, next year with the North American Wadokai Invitational Championships at Hollyburn, that's our test case.
Okay,
It's a test case if we can work together
cool.
on something that is really in our wheelhouse.
Sure.
And if that goes really well, we're going to look at the next stage.
Sure.
Yeah.
My next stage. So I've been thinking about this fitness testing stuff.
Ah.
So in January we have obviously 200 and something athletes
Crazy
doing the
amount.
fitness test. It's gonna be nuts, but it's gonna be good. What I want to do is I want to do some kind of combat sports combine. Like, how the NFL has a combine where they come in, they do all the tests, some of them very similar to the ones
Yes.
we do, and they get their athlete profiles. They get not really ranked, but they see how they do on all these
For
ones.
sure.
And coaches come in, they watch them, they kind of see how good
Scouting,
they're doing. I want to get people from all combat sports once a year to come in
Oh,
and just
wow.
do one big fitness test.
That would be awesome.
Boxing to taekwondo, karate, judo,
Totally.
wrestling, everything. Just get them in there, run them all through the fitness test, and see,
Then at the
see
end
how
of the
they
day, you
compare.
give them a really nice certificate, like you did it, congratulations, and here's your score.
Yes,
And then here's your ranking against everybody else in your sport at your age.
100%. That's
I love that idea.
Yeah, well, I knew I'd have to tell you because you're good at getting things going. So
And that would create a lot of clients.
yes, I know.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Love that idea.
So we'll
should chat
dissect
more.
that. We'll dissect
We'll
that.
chat more.
There we go. We're just talking about everything almost but karate here in this podcast.
Well, it's all about, like you say, you started off with a really good theme about Freddie Mercury going for gold.
going for gold.
Right on. So, Karate Global News.
Let's go in. Let's get into
Let's
a little
dive into that
because we got some a couple cool stuff happening here in Karate Global News. One, I saw this just the other day. Shout out to Jay. We're getting lots of shout outs here today too. Jay Sangara here on the Team BC. He sent this to me. Now, the WSO.
World Sikh Organization.
Okay, there you go. The World Sikh Organization has successfully advocated for the religious head coverings for the World Karate Federation event. So the
Yeah.
WKF will now allow males to wear their religious headbands or whatever, the religious head coverings
Yeah,
in their events,
headwear.
they weren't able to do that before.
Yep.
And this was good. Jay, who made the Canadian national team,
Won the gold in front of our very eyes.
yes, but couldn't go on to compete in international competition
Yes.
because of this banning of the head covering. So I know he was working a lot with Karate Canada to kind of put this forward a little bit to WKF. So shout out to those guys and shout out to the World Sikh Organization for getting this done.
Craig Vokey personally took up the cause.
That's awesome.
And then
so
was
awesome.
telling everybody we all got to fire on the same cylinders.
Yeah.
And then, it doesn't get in the way of the competition.
There was really
Yeah.
no good reason for it to be in
No.
place in the first place, and it's 2018 and it's time to get rid of that kind of stuff. So it's great that we got this.
There are different religious organizations that, when unfortunately some people for example, a long time ago, there was a time when some Muslim athletes or their coaches wouldn't allow a woman to officiate them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So the woman would go out to officiate the guys, and they'd be like, "Nope, no woman's officiating us." And then WKF eventually were like, "No, that doesn't work."
Yeah.
You know, and so there could be the same thing. Like sometimes there were athletes like from two countries where the countries were not friends, and one athlete might pull out of the competition specifically because they didn't want to compete against. And again, it was a random draw by the computer.
Yeah.
So anything that, you know, it's not getting in the way and this is their own personal thing,
Why
you know,
not?
It's great. And you know how many people who enjoy karate yet they follow their religious organizations, you know,
Mandates
and
or whatever.
and
Yeah.
you know, and I think the headwear really is, it's not even mandatory. It is just if they're practicing Sikh and that's what they do, they wear it.
Sure.
Right. And so really it's a personal choice, I think. And,
Sure. Yeah. I don't know enough.
and they don't
about
have
that
to,
for sure, but
it doesn't get in the way.
100% it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. It's a rule that should have been in place a long
I
time.
mean, if Japan came along and like the boys want to wear, you know, kimonos, it's not going to fly.
Well, I mean, if Japan says it, it
I
might.
know.
But-
Yeah, we're already wearing kind of a white kimono. as it is.
Yeah.
This is great, and it's great to see a little leadership from the Canada side.
Yeah, for sure. So the new WKF rule reads now that competitors may use WKF approved religiously mandated headwear. It has to be a black plain fabric headscarf covering the hair but not the throat area. So
Mhm.
that's the WKF ruling.
They've had one for women, Muslim women, for a while now.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's great.
No, it's great that they're pushing things forward and it's about time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there we go. All right, other karate global news that we have here. You want to take us away on this Tokyo 2020 Olympic medals?
Yeah, so the Tokyo 2020 are trying to do weird and wacky things.
Love it. I like weird and wacky things.
They have one to shoot rockets into space, and the rockets will fall back to Earth and then explode into fireworks.
I'm not crazy about that idea.
No, it's also crazy expensive.
Sure.
For an Olympics, it's way over budget already. But one is taking old recycled cell phones and refashioning them into the Olympic medals.
Okay.
As
Not a bad idea, actually.
It's
I
not
mean,
a
what
bad
else are you
idea.
going to do with all those old cell phones? Really?
Exactly. So that's what they're saying that they're going to try and shoot for right now.
Okay.
2018
Again, 2018 friendly. And I like that,
friendly.
yeah.
You know, a lot of cell phones end up being sent to places like Africa, and people tear them down for all their precious minerals.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a. I was listening to a story where there was a guy who was buying it by weight from Germany. Like they had all these cell phones and computers and stuff, and people weren't using them anymore. No one in the country was really recycling them, so just putting them onto these huge barges or containers, sending them to Africa. And these guys were just ripping them completely all apart and getting all the rare minerals out.
Okay. And then doing whatever they do with them, I
Yeah.
guess.
So refashioning it, it's gonna be kind of neat. I think for the athlete, they just want to win.
Yeah, they don't care what it's made out of.
I need.
I just want one, whatever it is. Yeah.
Do you realize that we're less than 2 years away?
It's crazy.
It is
So crazy.
It is really, really.
Like 20 months from now,
I know.
it'll be
20 months to
the
2020.
Olympics
Wow.
that
crazy.
karate will be in. It's going to be big.
People kept asking me, who was I talking to yesterday? Are you going? Where's my mom? Like, are you gonna want to be there? Are you gonna get a ticket? I'm like, man, if I can get a ticket, that would be amazing.
If you can get a
If
ticket.
you can get
yeah.
a ticket, we'll find out from Arakawa Sensei. He's coming.
I mean, obviously we can get a ticket.
Yeah, of
'cause we're,
course,
I
you
mean,
know,
media and all that
exactly.
kind of stuff. But
Yeah, Arakawa Sensei will be here in February, so he's gonna give us the update. But the good thing is, it's gonna be online. So
okay.
it's gonna be-
Is Arakawa Sensei? He's part of the JK. Is he part of the board or what's he?
No, Arakawa Sensei has two main roles. One is obviously running his club, Shimizu Karate.
Yes.
Second, he's a director at the International Budo University.
Oh, okay.
And because he's in the university system with the JKF, then he knows about everything
Gotcha.
about everything.
Gotcha.
That's
so he's
happening and flowing and moving and grooving.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Well, there we go. 2020 doing some weird stuff with their medals.
Yeah, it's gonna be really neat. It's gonna be really neat what they do. I mean, what we did with our medals just recently is we got recycled cedar, and we had the logos all etched into them.
And it's such like an island thing to do.
Yeah, it was such a thing, and it smells great.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah. All right, next.
All right, let's
What are we
keep this ball rolling. So we're going to go on to a little bit of karate. We'll hit the karate quiz here in 1 sec. We're going to do a fitness training tip of the week. So I have a fitness training tip of the week. My training tip is you have to make sure you perfect your warm-up. Okay, you have to be able to perfect your warm-up. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's in your athletic training or whatever it is, you want to make sure that your warm-up routine is either the same or pretty close to the same every single time. We know we've been over this where we have our little cues for if we're properly warmed up. Are we sweating? Is our heart rate elevated? Are we more focused? And are we less anxious? If those things are all in, you're warmed up. But how do we get to that point? It's going to be different for everybody. If you're in a competition, you're going to want to make sure that you, again, warm up the same way that you always do. So you want to practice your warm-up. You actually want to practice it well before the event. Make sure you're practicing it. Make sure you're perfecting it. This is what I'm going to do. If you can actually do that, it'll help you get into what we call a flow state, right? Where you're just in there because it's part of almost your performance your warm-up, right? So if you keep the warm-up the same every single time, when you go to competition, you know exactly what to do that's going to warm you up and it's going to get you mentally prepared for your performance. Again, that could be for a competition, a tournament, whatever. But even in the gym, when you're training in the gym as well, you should. I hope that you've realized you should be taking a 5 to 10 minute warm up to start at least.
Yep.
But that, for an individual basis, should also be almost the same. I mean, you can change machines, you can change whatever, but it should follow the same rhythm, like elevating your heart rate, making sure you do your dynamic stretches, making sure you're doing activating muscle movements, whatever it is. But it should be this almost the same thing every single time, so that when it's time to perform, it's time to train, you're already mentally prepared and you're ready to go.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's my fitness training tip. No matter what you're doing, perfect your warm-up.
Absolutely. I remember Don Sharp had this warm-up where like about an hour or 2 hours before he was up, he would go warm up for like maybe half an hour.
Okay.
Go through the whole routine, get really sweaty.
Yeah.
And then kind of calm his heart rate down, get the jitters out.
We talked about that, yeah.
And then just a half an hour before, he would go through the whole warm-up routine again.
Sure.
He was in super shape.
Yeah.
And then get all sweaty all over again.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's important to recognize that it's obviously different for everybody. What's going to work for somebody is not going to work for somebody else. But you have to learn through practice what it is that works best for you to warm you up.
How long does it take you to warm up?
If I'm going to the gym to work out, it takes about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I take like 15, 20 minutes to warm up, make sure everything's going before I start lifting weights or whatever. If I'm training or competing, it's the same thing, probably about 5-10 minutes. It's a little bit less probably, but yeah, at least 10 minutes warm up, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I need at least half an hour.
Half an hour. Yeah. I think, you know, not to throw you in the buster, but the older you get, the more time you probably need to warm up.
Sure.
Well, you do, just because it takes longer to lubricate those joints and stuff.
Well, also for me, it's always been like, I don't want to rush my warm up.
Sure, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Like, I'm going to stretch. I'm going to do stuff. In the old days, like, I would stretch till I had my full splits.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I was like, ooh, I'm kind of feeling too rubbery.
Yes.
Right?
At a competition, my warm up would be about same thing, half hour.
So I just sort of take my time.
Yes.
Right? And then a lot of times warming up still in running shoes.
Yeah.
And to save my ankles and my knees.
What I also recommend too is breaking up your warm up a little bit. So if it's 30 minutes, break it up into 10-minute chunks. And this is especially important for karate tournaments because we know things can change, things can happen, your division might be moved.
Yep.
But you can kind of then, go through your whole 30-minute warm up, feel warmed up. Okay, my division's not up yet. Something's been moved back, whatever.
Totally.
Oh, now I'm up in 10 minutes. Now I have just my last 10 minutes that I'm going to do in my warm up. So it's still the same routine. You've just got it broken up so that you can adapt with it.
Yes.
So know what works for you, perfect it, and practice it. Practice your warm up. In class here tonight, I made the guys go through their warm up, and some of the younger guys didn't even really know, I don't know how to warm up.
That's funny because we do the same warm up almost every class.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And the same stretching routine.
Just do what we do if that's what works for you or whatever.
Exactly.
But so figure it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's my fitness training tip of the week. Use it, perfect it.
Sweet.
We'll go from there. All right. this week's karate quiz.
Oh, it's gonna stump me.
I don't have a great one this week,
Nope.
but I got one.
Yes.
I think you're gonna get it. I'm sure you're gonna get it. But here we go.
Okay.
So karate quiz. Every week we're trying to see if we can stump Richard Mosdell on this. Okay, we're gonna give
I'm
you.
saying it's totally possible.
It's possible. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm just not confident it's gonna happen this time.
Okay.
This is the question. And you might even have different ways to go about this.
Sure.
But in the general consensus,
General consensus.
who invented karate?
Who invented karate? Wow. So now we're going back to Okinawa,
Okay.
or are we sticking around?
It
mainland Japan?
is Okinawa. Yes.
Okay. Is it?
You could even go
Yes.
further and break it down to a specific style,
Oh, okay.
maybe. And then who was the founder of that style? It's somebody who founded a style.
Funny. Somebody who founded a style.
Hmm.
Man, see, I'm not the greatest with super history
Okay.
because when I was younger, everyone was like, he trained with a direct lineage of this guy or this
Yes.
guy. I'm like, yeah, but what if he sucked?
Yeah. What if he wasn't any good?
So I mean, hopefully, if he passed along the master's certificate along, there's a lot of really old names out there. Moriya Hirogane, but I mean, you have three main groupings of Tomate, Shurite, and Nahate,
Mhm.
right? Then you're looking back. There was even a Karate BC. I have it somewhere. The genealogy chart.
Okay.
Did you guys ever see that? Someone
You showed us, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
yeah. Someone made it like ages ago, and then it goes all the way back, and eventually you get to like 10. It's basically men, right?
Okay.
So
It is a man.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. So
Yeah.
this person is generally credited with having introduced and popularized karate on the main islands of Japan.
On the main islands, friend. Well, it's Funakoshi if it's the main island.
Okay. Well, it's Funakoshi.
Funakoshi. All right.
Well, that was the answer.
So I mean the myth is that around 1921, 22, or maybe a little earlier, one of the princes, I think he was maybe Prince Hirohito, right?
Okay.
Anyway, he goes to Okinawa and they show off karate. And he goes, this looks great. And Judo Kano goes, this looks great too. So Gichin Funakoshi, who's I think a teacher in his 30s or 40s, I think around 1922, he goes to Tokyo, either Kyoto or Tokyo first, and then ends up in Tokyo. And Kano goes, why don't you teach karate? I'll help you get going. And then it's still called like Te or Okinawa Te or whatever, right?
Okay.
This word hasn't changed to karate yet.
Yeah.
And eventually you start using the word karate, but they use like a different kanji. But other people go to mainland Japan as well. Like the Goju group. I can't remember his name. Like Goju and Shituru have a different start.
Okay.
And then so one of them goes to Osaka area. But Gichin Funakoshi is the most famous, like probably went first, probably popularized it the most, got into universities, and then the guy that for ourselves for Wado, he trained with him. And then
well, there you go.
Hiro
So
Otsuka
that's
was his first black
the
belt
answer and then
in
more.
mainland Japan.
There's a famous
Well, there you
book
go.
buy
So
in
that's
the
the answer and then more.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a
So
famous
there we
book
go.
you can buy in like a lot of bookstores even here called
Some of these questions
My
are
Way of
pretty
Life.
funny.
Okay.
It's a little yellow.
What?
Here.
All
It's a
right.
little yellow book.
What is the
Some of these
difference
questions
between
are pretty
karate
funny.
and martial
Yes.
What
arts? Oh, that's weird.
what is the difference between karate and
That's a
martial
random
arts?
question. So there you go.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
weird.
Another week. That's a really
Just
good
a
question. Like
random
that's
question.
one of those
Random
ones
question.
where I feel-
Well, there you go. All right.
Yeah, and also
Another
like, you
week.
could go
That's a really
for
good question. Like,
Karate
that's
Canada
one of those
Black
ones
Belt
That's like a
test. They might ask you,
philosophical
something-
question.
Yeah, and also like you
I
could
know- I
go
heard they ask
for a
questions,
Karate
they might be
Canada
like, who's
black belt
murdered
test. They
Karate?
might ask you like something very simple like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I heard they ask
Now
questions.
you
They might be
know.
like,
Now
who's
you
murdered Karate
know.
since mainland Japan?
That's right.
You
Thanks
gotta
to Richard
whip
Mazzo.
up-
By the
And
way,
now you know if you've
Now
listened to
you
the
know.
Karate 360 podcast.
That's right.
Thanks to Richard Mazzo.
By the
We
way,
will stump you.
We had one of our parents. He works for a firm, and one of the things they do is they sell diving gear to
some U.S. bases. It was like,
the
tanks
military.
and
Okay.
So he was in
stuff and all
on
kinds
some
of
U.S.
really neat
bases. It
stuff.
was like you
And,
know, tanks
he went to
and
Okinawa. His son
flippers and
gets
stuff
to-
and all
he
kinds
went
of really
to
neat stuff.
the,
And
Okinawa,
he went to Okinawa. His son didn't
museum
get to go with him,
on
and he
karate.
went to
Karate museum.
the
That's cool. And he showed us
Okinawa,
pictures and I met the guy and all kinds of
museum
stuff
on
the
karate.
wall.
Mm.
All the
Karate
weapons,
museum.
and it
That's
showed,
cool.
like,
and he showed us
how the
pictures
weapon
and how he met the
evolved
guy
from
and all
being
kinds of stuff on the
farm
wall.
implement
All the
to a weapon.
weapons, and it showed
Cool.
like
Yeah.
how the weapon had
So one day
evolved
we'll
from
go
being
see
like a
it. Yes, we
farm
will.
implement to
Okay.
actually being
All
a
right.
weapon.
Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
there it is.
So one
That's
day
what we
we'll
got
go
here
see
for
it.
the
Yes,
crisis.
we will.
Anyways, that was
Okay.
the karate
All
quiz.
right. Well,
If you have a question,
there it is.
send
That's
it.
what we got here
think
for the
we can
crisis. But
stump
anyways, that was the karate quiz.
Sensei Richard Mazda.
If you have a question
Send
that
it.
you think we can
Get it to
stump
me, send it to
Sensei
me.
Richard Mazda,
Sure you
We'll see.
can.
let's
Just
get
send
it to me.
us.
Send it
We'll
to
make
me.
sure we get it, all right?
We'll
We
see.
will stump Richard Mazda.
Just send it to us. We'll make sure we get it. All right. We will stump Richard Mazda yet.
That would, like, and
Find
you know
a
what?
better
It's
one
good
for
you
next
ask
week.
these
This one was
questions,
kinda a
which
little
lot
scattered,
of
but we'll get it.
people-
No, that
Alright.
would like,
You know,
and you know
a
what?
little
It's
bit
good
of
you
reading
ask
or
these
something,
questions, which
or
a lot of
karate
people, if
history.
if
They should
they're
get the
doing a
Funakoshi.
little bit
For
of
sure.
reading or
And
something, or
it's
they're
good to know.
geeking
I
out
mean,
on
I
karate
gave
history,
the
they
name
should get the
tonight on the
Funakoshi
podcast.
thing.
For sure. And
Oh, no,
it's
not
good
the
to know.
podcast.
So there you go.
I mean, I gave the name tonight
the
on the
man who's
podcast.
known as
Oh no, not in the
Father
podcast, but before the
Comedian.
podcast, of the man who's known.
You're turning
as
the tides on
Father
me
Comedian
now.
Karate.
Starts with a T.
So you're turning the tides on me now.
Yeah.
He passed away
Starts with a
like
T.
3 years ago.
He passed away.
His
like,
own style
3 years
association.
ago?
Rodney's part of.
His own style association that Rodney's part of.
So Soroka.
I don't even know what style Rodney is, to be honest.
So Soroka.
Soroka Sensei.
Soroka
Actually,
Sensei
knows
was
about this
the
story
father of
with no
karate in
connection.
Canada.
But
Okay.
I'm sure
he
other
started
people
Karate
actually
Canada
know of other people that started
Listen here,
with
Richard
no
Mazda.
connection
I
with him,
asked
but
the
he's
questions.
because he started Karate Canada in
You
the
do
old
the
form.
answers.
Listen here, Richard
All right.
Mazda. I asked the
Upcoming
questions.
tournaments here.
Sorry.
Karate
You
World,
do
of
the
course, we
answers.
have the
All right.
championships if you're locally
Upcoming
here
tournaments here in the Karate World. Of course, we have the Provincial Championships if you're locally here in the BC.
But we also have
That's coming up this
December, the
weekend.
next
It'll be over by the
K1,
time you listen to this.
December 7th to
But we
9th
also
is
have
in
coming up
Shanghai,
in
China.
December the
That's
next
Series
K1,
A. We also
December
have a
7th
youth
to
league in
9th is
Italy
in
on the 14th
Shanghai,
to the
China.
16th.
That's
Then
the
we have about a
Series
month
A.
break
We also
before
have a
the
youth
Premier
league in
returns
Italy on the
to Paris,
14th to the
France on
16th. Then we have about a month
25th
break
to the
before the
27th,
Premier League
4th of
returns
July.
to Paris, France on January 25th to the 27th. And of course, we'll keep our eye on all
How
of
close are we to
those
100?
events.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's been another
Holy
fun one,
moly.
Richard Mosdell.
How close are we to 100? Holy moly!
Is 100.
You should break out the tux.
We should break up the tax. We should bring in the tax. We should think of something that we want to make.
Maybe we should
happen.
record it someplace not here. Like,
We'll think about it.
let's do it
Yeah,
somewhere.
Next
something,
episode,
somehow.
100. Make sure to tune in.
We'll think.
guys.
Well,
We do
let's put
appreciate
our
it.
Think about
thinking
it.
caps on.
Absolutely.
All right.
Be kinda fun.
Kayla
Next
Angloff.
episode,
Awesome.
100. Make
Talk
sure to
you
tune in,
next
guys.
week
We
for
do
episode
appreciate all the
100.
support.
Absolutely.
I'm Kayla Angloff.
Chamazo.
We'll talk to you guys next week for episode 100.
Sun.